Hello and welcome back to my channel dedicated to World War I memorabilia. Today I wanted to show you a German Feldmütze, so a German field cap, model 1910, and to discuss it a little bit with you. So basically, some context, these caps were designed or introduced in 1910, as I just said, and were in use throughout the war, albeit two little modifications. The first one that in order to conceal those colorful bands across, so here it's red for infantry, German soldiers were issued with a band with a little piece of cloth to put around this cap to conceal better the color. And then in 1917, a new model was introduced, the model 1917, which was essentially the exact same, except now that this band, this colorful band, was green for the infantry, artillery, for everybody. There will be no more difference in terms of color, and it will be green to conceal it better. So what you have to understand is that those little caps were worn by German soldiers instead of, when they were not wearing their helmets. So basically, if they were in their trenches but nothing much was going on, they were able to wear this little cap. If they were marching towards the front, they were allowed to wear those field cap. Anytime when an helmet was not necessary. What you have to remember is that the German, if the spiked helmet was not really heavy, then the Stahlhelm was quite heavy, and if it was not needed to wear them, I can understand why many soldiers would prefer to wear these field caps. So basically what you have to understand that those field caps are basically the German equivalent to the French bonnet police or any soft cap. I know the Americans and the British were also wearing those kind of soft cap when nothing much was going on. So what do we have? As I said, you have a band around the cap, which indicates, in this case, red for infantry. For instance, for artillery or the engineering corps, I don't remember, it will be a black with red pipings. Okay, if someone wants to to put the right unit in the comment, please do so. Then in terms of color, it's Feldgrau, so field gray. It's kind of a grayish, greenish color. What else? You will have, as usual, two cocards. So the bottom one for the land. So in this case, it's Prussia. Black and white cockard means the land. And on top, you will have the Reich cockard. So for the German Empire, red, white, and black. This cap was a military issue. So as you can see, it is sewn. Those two cocards are sewn. If you look at this other field cap, they are not sewn, they are actually attached that way to the cap. And this was actually not a military issue, this is a private purchase from a soldier, and the fact was not issued but with another system. But the same thing again, to cockard for the land and for the Reich. What else? What is also interesting, and it is the case with most German items, is that you have many information on the inside, many stamps, when they are actually military issued. Many stamps with regard to the units, as well as when it was made and so on. So here what do we have? We have GR2, meaning it's from the 2nd Grenadier Regiment, and we have here a 2B. So it's the 2nd Battalion of the 2nd Grenadier Regiment. It was issued in 1911 or 1913. I'm not quite sure why there is two stamps here. Maybe someone can tell it in the comments. And then on the back, you will have the size. So here you can see it's 55, and here the name of the soldier that wore this cap, or maybe the maker. I'm not quite sure. It's E.G. Grills or Jades. We just move closer to the camera to show all those markings to you. So the cocards, the way they are sewn inside this bonnet police, this field cap. Then here the marking, so GR2, 2nd Grenadier Regiment, 1911-1913, 2B for 2nd Battalion, and here the size 55, and the name either of the soldier or the maker, I'm not quite sure, E.G. Grills or Gales. What else? So basically, this cap is not in such a good condition, but I find it quite interesting because of all the markings, as I just said, and also because it was a part of a grouping from souvenirs that a French soldier brought back with him. So you had this cap, you had those two epaulettes with 118 epaulettes. You also have a lot of little pieces of German equipment. So yes, the trophy of a French soldier during the war. Maybe something interesting to show. So I showed this one was a private purchase. So and the cocards are not sewn, but also what we can see is that inside of private purchase, you will not find any regimental number or anything, but maybe the name of the soldier, or in this case, the name of the maker. So what you see on top, and you can discard and not you not look at it, but this is this other stamp, Grand Granier, was actually a post-war stamp. It was simply this cap was then taken by a costumier, so a costume maker who designed costume for theater, and he reused this cap for theater purposes. So this stamp you can forget. This stamp is the maker, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week for another one. Bye.